Welcome back to Shrimpers TV for the first ever episode of Shrimperstalks, where we will be discussing all things EFL and Southend United related. This guest spent 2,231 days in a blue shirt with 204 appearances, grabbing 4 league goals in his time. It's none other than former Shrimpers fullback Ben Coker. Ben, thank you very much for coming on today.
No worries,
It's great to have you with us on the channel. But first, we'd like to congratulate you on the news that Baby Cokes is on the way in the coming months. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We've got about 3.5 weeks left now, so it's all exciting times.
Bit hectic at the moment, I assume.
Yeah, all a bit mad. Yeah, trying to get everything ready. So we're pretty much done now. So we're just a waiting game now.
Southend, obviously, a big part of your playing career. You spent 6 years with us, of course.
Yeah.
Talk us how you got the opportunity to come to Southend from Chelmsford.
Well, I come from Colchester. To be fair, I got released by them in January, and then the following summer, my agent, I got a trial down at Southend under Phil Brown. A couple of weeks there, and then they wanted to sign me. So it got done pretty quickly. To be fair. So by the time we got down there, a couple of weeks, couple of games, and then we got it done. So I was absolutely delighted. To be fair, I was buzzing because first time I come into the building, everyone was great. It was a proper good atmosphere around the place. So Gaffer was obviously trying to build a new team because he hadn't been in charge for too long.
Yeah, of course, he'd only been in charge for about 4 months at the time, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so he was trying to get his team together. So at that time, it was just brilliant to come in and get going.
So was it easy to find a starting place, or were you sort of battling for your position at the time?
To be fair, the gaffer made it quite clear that he wanted me to start the season. We had obviously Straits there at the time, but the gaffer said that he wanted to push him forward, play left wing. And then we got Julian Bennett, I think, as well. But unfortunately, he got a bad injury, so we'd have probably scrapped it out. To be fair, but unfortunately for him, he got a bad injury, and I was kind of straight in there, so I was absolutely buzzing.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it was a really good start.
Had you been to Southend before then at all? Like just down to the seafront or anything?
Yeah, I think I'd been down there when I was younger, but I played a reserve game there, I think, once when I was really young, but I'd never really been there, to be fair.
Brilliant. And you said obviously Phil Brown brought you in as building a squad. For the majority of your time he was with you. What was it like playing under such an experienced managerial figure?
Yeah, I love Phil Brown. We got on really well. He kind of took me under his wing and just said like he liked the way I play and he wanted me to play. So, but to come in and obviously I seen him on telly and stuff like that at Hull, and obviously at Bolton, and it was great to get to know him and play under him. He taught me a lot. To be fair,
It must have been really surreal for you then.
Yeah, it was surreal at first, but once you get to know him, he's just a normal fella. Very lively, but yeah, I really enjoyed him.
And what was your partnership like, obviously, with your defence? Because obviously a key part of the game is having a good connection with them. So you were alongside Adam Barrett for a lot of it. What was it like playing with him?
Yeah, he's absolute legend of a bloke and a player. He's one of my favourite players that I've played with. He taught me a lot, and he's just an all-round top man. And I hope in the future that he does get the chance to manage Southend, because I really think he knows the club inside out, and he loves the club. So I think definitely Southend needs someone that's got a bit of rapport with the fans again and try and get the good times back. To be fair, but he's just a top man, great player.
Because obviously there was rumours that him and Steve Tilson were coming in at the start, and obviously Sol Campbell came over and took over the job. There's been rumours about his departure. So do you think if Barrett came in, he'd be able to change our sort of luck at the moment?
I think I really do. I think so. It's obviously everything's up in the air at the minute with football in general. But if Barrett gets the job at some point, I really do feel like it'd be a great appointment for the club. But it is what it is at the minute. Obviously, it's hard times down at Southend, which is obviously me playing there for so long. It's not. It's horrible to see, and I do feel for all the players and all the fans. But I hope the luck turns around. I really do.
Yeah, you mentioned obviously at the moment football is up in the air at the moment. What are your views on that in regards to voiding the season?
I don't want it to be void. I need to play games. I want to play games again. So it's I'd love it to get started again. But obviously for fans and stuff like that, it's going to be hard for them to come into the stadium. So if they find a way of putting it on telly or iFollow or whatever, I think that would be great. But obviously for clubs financially, it's going to be tough. But we're like everyone. We don't really know much until obviously the lockdowns finished. We don't really know a lot either, so it's kind of one of them. You just got to keep going, keep plugging away, and hopefully it gets going again.
So it was just over a year, wasn't it, or quite a while since you played your last game when you played for Lincoln. Was that a League Cup game, I believe, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about November time.
Yeah, so it had been around a year, hadn't it? Yeah. So if I'm correct, you've made a loan move to Cambridge.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and then obviously I was gonna play on the Saturday before the coronavirus, and then that got cut short. So my luck's not really been in this season, but I just got to keep my head down and keep going. I'm sure things will turn around. So it's but yeah, I just can't wait to get back playing football. Really.
Yeah, obviously from our point of view, obviously as fans. At the moment, I think we're sort of a little bit dead and buried in regards to this season. I think for null and voiding for us probably would be a result. But I think at the moment, going down to League Two perhaps is maybe where we belong. Obviously, with the squad, we've got a lot of youth at the moment. Maybe need to try and bring in a few players. Do you think if we went down to League Two, do you think we could succeed?
I really do. I think it's one of them where sometimes you got to take the bad times. Obviously, not nice, but you have to take it. If you do get relegated, I think it's time to rebuild the squad and rebuild the club in that way. I think it wouldn't be a bad thing for. Obviously, no one wants to get relegated, but after the couple of years that Southend have had, I think it wouldn't be the worst thing to happen, and just regroup and then get the right players in, and I think kind of start again. Yeah.
So, as you said, it's not been a great couple of years for us as a club. You were obviously in the Sky Studios for that final game of the season. Did you know that your contract wasn't going to get it was expiring, wasn't it? And it wasn't going to get renewed. Did you know sort of that you were looking for another club?
It was kind of one of them that I knew. Obviously, it was me being injured is not a great situation to be in. But obviously, I spoke with the chairman, and they were willing to sort something out. But by that point, I'd kind of made my mind up what I was going to be doing. It was nothing against the club. I just felt like I needed a fresh start, and I could kind of see what was kind of happening at the club at the time. It was on a downward spiral, really. I could see it.
You have to think of yourself, don't you, in those situations?
Yeah, it's kind of one of them. Everyone knows how much I love my time at Southend, but obviously you have to kind of think about everything, obviously family and stuff like that. So obviously got offered a 2-year contract at Lincoln, so you have to kind of think about everything. But yeah, it was a very sad time. I didn't take the decision lightly. It took quite a while talking to my family and my wife. But yeah, it's still very sad because I had such great times at Southend, so it was tough.
Obviously, there was quite a few good times we had while you were here. One of them being the playoff final. Obviously, as we know, the outcome in the end was absolutely brilliant. But sorry to bring it back up, but you did miss your penalty.
I did.
What were your emotions at the time, knowing that obviously you had to try and step up on the big stage?
Yeah, we've been taking penalties like for weeks leading up to that, and I was really confident, but obviously the keeper didn't go where I thought he was going to go, and after that I just thought, oh my god, it's all going to be my fault. I was literally felt sick, and then obviously Bent's pulled out. I knew he'd pull out save, just depending on what won. So it was just the feeling was unbelievable. Nothing's come close in my career to that moment. So it was just so special.
So would you say that's probably one of your best moments in your career then?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, it was just the way that we obviously missed out on automatic promotion, and then come back from where we was, obviously against Stevenage. Them 2 games were unbelievable. Second leg was probably one of my favourite games for Southend.
Yeah.
And yeah, the final was just you couldn't write it really.
Scripted.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. The way we done it. That's what I see when Southend. That is what I see Southend as, and that's what frustrated me. I feel like that was lost over that last season really, because when I think of Southend, I think of Wembley and how we done it and what character we showed, and I think it was just that was what was lacking. But yeah, that day will never leave me really.
Yeah. Obviously, that Stevenage game, obviously a pitch invasion after, I think the atmosphere is probably one of the best we've ever seen, obviously at Roots Hall. But if you had to say your connection with the fans, did you enjoy like the atmosphere at Roots Hall? Because obviously there has been a lot of speculation that it has sort of lost its fortress atmosphere. Do you think that we'd be able to rebuild as good as it was in the past?
Yeah, 100%. I don't see why not. But the fans, I had a good connection with the fans. Obviously, when you lose, fans get upset. That's the nature of the beast. But my time at Southend, when I was playing, we did pretty well. So there wasn't too many like bad periods. But it's just the way that it is that at Southend, it's either really good or not very good. Yeah. But I think 100% they could rebuild that. It's just whether they get the right type of players in.
I think at the moment as well, there's been talks about Fossicks Park, the new stadium coming in. Would you, if we obviously got the opportunity to sort of switch stadiums and it does eventually go ahead, because we have been given like the all clear sort of thing, do you think that it'll be good for us to move or not? Obviously, we do have a lot of memories at Roots Hall.
Yeah, I think it'd be great because the new stadium is always. Well, I saw it when I first come in. It looked brilliant, and obviously there's always that transitional period of going from an old stadium to a new stadium. But I can't see why not. That if you get more fans in the gate and there's a better atmosphere, bigger stadium. Yeah. I think it could really work. But obviously, yeah, leaving Roots Hall it's always going to be tough. But I think that they can do it.
And earlier you said about your connection with different players, both on and off the pitch. But who would you say is the most underrated player that you've played alongside in your time at Southend?
100% Will Atkinson. Easily the most, underrated for me. Like when you see him day to day and what he did for the team in that period, he was like when he left, that was a big hole to fill, because a lot of people don't see his work and what he did for the team. He was unbelievable. He kind of played 2 positions in that time, and I think he's definitely most underrated player. But yeah, great player.
Mm-hmm. And we've had a couple of questions sent in on Instagram by you guys a few days ago in midweek, and one of the ones that came up was your favourite home goal and your favourite away memory.
Personally, my best home goal, or
your best home goal that you think?
I only had 2, so
out of the 2.
Out of the 2, it's probably the Scunthorpe one. To be fair, that was a good goal. That was a good move. And best away memory. We had a lot of good away wins.
Especially in recent years, I think we've sort of been better away from home than we have at home, to be fair.
Yeah, I think so. There's always good ones when there's a couple of derby. We had Wimbledon. I used to like going away to Wimbledon. We used to win, especially that was around Christmas time. We always used to win away at Wimbledon. We had some good ones there. Not so good ones at Millwall. But I used to like playing against Millwall at the Den. But away ones. not one that springs to mind, but we did have a lot of good away performances and wins, to be fair.
Brilliant. What was the best stadium you played at? Because obviously there was the Stadium of Light where everyone sort of came down, but then we know how that ended, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You getting injured.
Yeah.
But that must have been horrible for you, mustn't it? Sort of Stadium Light, I think, was on the calendar for most teams in that division that year.
Yeah, 100%. I remember looking at the fixture list that season thinking, that I can't wait to play there. But yeah, unfortunately it didn't end too well. But that stadium, walking out of that atmosphere, that was pretty special. Who else? Good away teams. Probably Southend is right up there, really. Charlton's good. Enjoyed playing at Charlton.
Valley's nice stadium.
Yeah, the Valley's nice. But yeah, probably Sunderland's up there at the minute.
And do you regret leaving Southend in any way?
I don't regret it. No, I don't regret it. I would, if it happened again, I would stick with my decision that I made. I think it was just right for me. Obviously, things with my injuries haven't gone too well after, but that kind of couldn't have really been helped. So, but I definitely don't regret it. I wish it would have, like injury wise, I wish I wouldn't have got injured. But that's just the nature of the beast. That's just how it ended up.
Yeah, I
would have loved to help the boys fight relegation, but it wasn't to be. So, but yeah, it was. I don't regret that decision. No.
So was there a point, obviously, with your injury, because you picked up one just before that as well, didn't you? I think it was Colchester in pre-season. Yeah. And was there a point in your career when you thought, obviously, the injuries kept coming? Was there a point that you really believed that you weren't going to be able to play anymore?
Not really. I was always worried about it. Obviously, the knee. I was more worried about the knee than that. Obviously, I broke my leg, so that healed pretty quickly. So I wasn't out for too long with that one. But yeah, the knee and obviously going out of contract and stuff like that. Still, even now, but I always work as hard as I possibly can to get fit. And I think obviously we're not playing games now, but I feel great. So physically, I feel really good. So I'm not worried about it. I know I can get back to where I was, no problem.
And finally, was there a reason as to why you felt that Lincoln was the club for you?
I was the management, really. Annie and Nicky were absolutely fantastic with me, and really, really wanted me to come. And I thought I could learn a lot from them, and the way they are, I think really, really would suit my game and my personality. I think they were really enthusiastic, really just loved the game. So that's what I look for. I think if people love football that as much as I do, I think they'd be great for me. So that was the main pull, really. They were, and obviously how well Lincoln have done over the last couple of years with them. It was just unfortunate that their time ended a little bit sooner than I thought it would have. But that's just football. So that was probably the main one. Yeah.
We've just got a few more. If you had to choose your favourite derby out of Leyton Orient, Colchester and Millwall, which one would you choose?
Yeah, definitely Colchester.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a great away day. We won 2-0. I think that was Boxing Day. Quite a few years ago, but that was a really good day. Anytime we play Colchester, to be fair. It always goes a bit mad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Colchester. Obviously played for them as well. So that's the one for me. It was great.
I think one thing sprang to mind as well is when I think Kitely and Oxley were both sent off against Charlton at home. Your final season, I believe, and you got put in goal.
Yeah.
Had you been playing in goal obviously in training at Boots and Laces before then? Did you have any experience at all?
Nah. To be fair, I remember that game. I struggled. Like last 10 minutes, I got cramped really bad, and I thought I've just got to go and goal because I can't run around. So I remember it being really hot that day. But yeah, honestly, I take my hats off to goalies. It's a scary position. I felt so small in that goal, man. It was crazy.
And we're just going to finish off with your best 11.
Yeah.
So your best. Have you gone for best players you've played with, or your best Southend 11?
I'll go with my best Southend, I think.
All right, okay, go on then.
I think
Rattle it
so.
off.
Obviously, Bentley in goal.
Yeah.
For what he done the time he was there, he was unbelievable for us. Great mentality, great keeper to have in the net. So yeah, definitely him. Right back, I'd probably go for Jason Dimitriou. He's my type of player, really good on the ball, loves to go forward, quite similar to me in a way. And I think he's done a really good job, even when coming back from injuries. He's had a couple, so I think he's done really well to come back. Centre halves, I'd go with Anton Ferdinand on the right. Great experience, great fella. Learned a lot from him in the time that he was at Southend. Yeah, top class on the ball, great defender. So yeah, he's right up there for me. And obviously, playing next to me, Adam Barrett, just a legend of a man. I can't speak highly enough of him. So obviously him there, and I'd have to put myself left back.
Yeah, you can't not. Can you?
Can't not. So yeah, and then probably left wing. It's a toss up between. I'll probably play a 4-3-3 to be fair. On the three in midfield, I'd go with Lennon. Obviously, Lennon in there. He was unbelievable for us. Carried our team at some points. He was brilliant in there. And then I'll probably go. I might go with Diamond actually. Probably go with Woody in there as well.
Yeah.
I played with Woody for years. Obviously, I was at Culture for him, and then at Southend. Just technically very, very good player, very cultured player, top lad. Then I'd probably go with Tim's in there as well, Michael Timlin. Yeah. Just a proper warrior, like proper player. You want him on your team. Very good on the ball as well, technically. When we used to, Phil Brown used to tell us off because we used to pass the ball to each other too much. I remember him battering us one time. He's like, "Why are you passing to each other?" It used to make us laugh. Then probably in the hole, I definitely put Payne in there. He's incredible. Obviously, playing with him now as well. He's a top lad and just a fantastic talent. And I think he can really, really go places in his career. And then probably two up top. Barry Core has to be in there. Be in there. Big Baz, obviously down there at Cambridge now, so it's good to see him for the last little bit. So he's a top man, great, horrible to play against, and just a big nuisance up there. Scored some crucial goals for us.
Yeah.
And then I only played with him for a little bit, but I'd probably put Freddie Eastwood in there. But what he done for the club, he's just a legend. And when I trained with him at first, because I remember that season he started off on fire, scored like 5 in 5 or something.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable, but yeah, funny fella, top man. So yeah, that'd probably be my team. There's a few that just miss out, but thinking off the top of my head, that's probably my team.
It's been absolutely amazing to have you on, Ben. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll leave a link to Ben's socials in the description. You can go and check them out. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you on next time on Shrimperstalks.